Terry, while you were outside, I just had printed this out this morning. It's the policy for the stipends for
Okay,
the
jail. Yep.
jail. And then I think you've seen this before. It's just that tracking thing I keep of all the stuff that we're up to and that we've done this year.
Okay.
Okay.
You need a bigger table.
Yeah.
We do.
Let me get the checks out. Okay, I think I'm ready. Everything set?
9:04.
Oh, that's not too bad, huh?
That's fine. I'll write you a violation.
You will? Okay. At least I'm not pulling the fire alarm.
Don't go.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, we will bring the meeting of the Board of Commissioners of Thursday, October 26, 2023 to order. It is 9:04. Please join me in the pledge.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Good war, right?
Bob must have turned the heat on.
The fans on the front too?
It's okay.
Okay. Are up to public comment.
Yes, Rick Kane from Wolfboro. I read the press release that we hired a new administrator. I think that's wonderful. I did look over his LinkedIn page. He looks like he's a very qualified individual. I do understand he was one of the state surveyors that came this summer, so I'm assuming he must have liked what he saw and thought that maybe he could help to, take care of some of the issues that we have there. Also, last week, Acting Administrator Bob Murray stated that we lost 6 nursing staff members. Before the end of the day, it was 7 have resigned, and he said they're going to the Taylor home. Laconia Daily Sun, Taylor Community doubles capacity with Wolfboro expansion. We have been telling this commission that they need to take care of the staff, they need to bring the wages where they need to be, so this isn't happening. We have agency staff there that's out of control, trying to help the core people that are still there. Definitely, we need to help those people. 2 years for a wage study is way too long. I requested a copy of the wage study. I have not been given the one in Union. I don't know why you're holding that. You can go on Indeed and ask what the pay rate is for all the staff at the Carroll County Nursing Home now. It's listed right in there. So why we're holding that is really unbelievable. But last but not least, as I was sitting in my recliner the other night, along with my wife on the couch beside me, she said, "Interesting. I just got a notification from Indeed that my former position as the ADON is now advertised. It's advertised under a little different title now, Director of Quality, but it's basically the same job." And you had somebody filling that job, and you supposedly, because of budget reasons, you cut that job, and now you've just put the job in there and renamed it. Shame on the county, shame on what's happening here. It needs to be corrected, and I plead with this commission to do something about it. And shame on HR for allowing this to happen. Thank you.
Michelle, any comments?
To the best of my knowledge, it's not exactly the same job.
I'm not aware of it.
Thank you. Okay, any media questions?
Oh boy, Mr. Comeau, son. I'd just be curious a little bit if there's any more response to Fred, what this new job is, and what's up with the pay for the nurses and all of that stuff. I'm not sure if you're able to address that.
We have our HR person here. Linda, is there anything any comments that you would like to make about the new position?
So the union
Yes.
wage study has not been approved by the commission, which is why it's not been released. The director of quality is not the same position. I don't have the description in front of me, but when you compare the two descriptions, one the former assistant director of nursing and the director of quality, they're not the same description.
Thank you.
Then the other thing is I'm supposed to meet with Crystal Sawyer later today about something about a bike repair in the annex. Do you guys have any thoughts on that?
I think we voted on that. It's a program that takes in the House of Corrections, so that's why we're allowing it.
So like jail inmates will learn how to fix bikes.
Fixed bikes, yeah.
So it sounds positive.
We hope so. Any other questions, Dan?
Yeah, I'm fine for now. Thank you.
Okay. So, okay. We have, the recognition of the New Hampshire Association of County Awards. Linda, I don't know if you want to do this, or you want me to do it?
Madam Chair, if I might, we're just waiting on 2 people. If you wanted to,
Okay.
I don't know if that is okay. They're on their way over. 2 of the winners.
Okay. I guess we can go to the approval of the minutes of October 18th.
I'll make a motion that we approve the minutes of October 18th as written.
I second that motion.
All those in favor, say aye.
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 Your signature copy, Madam Chair.
Okay. Thank you. Sign? Just sign it. And I don't have the manifest
I'll get those for
numbers,
you.
okay? We do have the manifest approval for October 20th for payroll was $266,971.90. So we do have that one on there.
Will you be voting on that?
Yeah, when we get the other numbers, yeah.
Madam Chair,
Yes,
I did mean to mention on the minutes, there is one typo. I forgot to tell you that.
okay.
If you look at the manifest approval, it says 310.91.
Yep,
There's a number missing?
There's a number, there's a digit missing
Okay,
somewhere.
okay. I'll find
oh,
it.
yeah. I
It's
see that.
310, I forget what the other
Yeah.
digit was.
Okay, we'll find it.
Okay.
Okay. We'll make that amendment if you would, if that's changed.
Yeah, making an amendments.
Carroll? Okay. Commissioner McGee?
Aye.
Commissioner Nelson? Aye. Commissioner, excuse me. Sorry, McCarthy?
Aye. Nobody got choked up over my name before, Bill.
What was the date again?
That was October 20th. see that Will is not here yet to go over that. I did just see two more people. Are those the two that we're waiting for?
There's, one just pulled in, there's one coming from the nursing home. I don't see her quite yet.
I hope she didn't go over the annex, the admin.
Could I fill in on a topic while we're waiting?
Yes.
I had an opportunity to visit the jail,
Oh, good.
and I got a grand tour. It was very impressive,
Yes.
and I don't want to become a resident, but I tell you, it was very, very, and I thank the superintendent for giving me that tour.
Commissioner Nelson was just commenting on his tour of the
Oh,
Oh.
excuse me.
House of Corrections. Well, now who are we waiting on, Melissa?
There's one coming from the nursing home, and we're hoping that she didn't go to the admin building,
Oh, okay.
so. it's-
That's where I was heading, I had it.
Whoops.
But she does know to be here.
Yeah.
Is the sheriff going to be here?
He is not. He can't be here this morning. Yeah,
Oh, I'm happy we got him to Manchester, so.
right.
Yeah. Did you finish the meeting?
Without a missing person, so.
No, because we don't have
We
the
don't have the
numbers.
numbers?
No. Because I didn't bring it.
Yeah, no.
I left everything that was done over there.
Right.
Can you call over admin and see if there's someone lost?
Nope, she's on her way.
Oh, okay, thank you.
She did.
She did.
She did.
Okay. Thank you.
Melissa, I've got four quick things for my public. Do you want me to kill time with that?
Yeah.
It's up to the chair, yeah, sure. Thank you.
I didn't see, I thought yours was all,
No problem? No.
yeah.
Thank you, Commissioners.
No.
This is all quick stuff and very easy. I'm pleased to report that we've gotten some new contracts. You know, it's that time of year. And so the new payroll contract that we have with Checkmate remains exactly the same, so there's no increase. So I request approval, and either one of you signing the contract or voting to allow me to sign the contract. But the terms remain exactly the same, with the exception of an increase in the early termination fee from $20,000 to $25,000. However, I have no plans to do any sort of early termination and incur that sort of cost. I don't know if you want to handle these individually. I also have contracts with Health Trust and New Hampshire Interlocal Trust.
Let's do them individually.
Okay, perfect.
And if you have the first one?
Yes.
I read through this, but I don't know if
I did, and when I saw the price on this, I was a little shocked.
Yes.
Payroll. I needed
Yeah,
a
I was,
resuscitating machine next to me.
I read that, okay.
Would you read the title for it, sort of the final amount, just for the
Okay.
contract?
Where is the final amount?
well, so it's a cost per employee that we're charged as far as with the payroll company.
So we need a
It's
motion to
buried
approve this.
fairly close to the back.
Yeah.
Fairly close to the
Yeah, well, I
back.
think there's a chart.
Hang on,
It's all good.
let's see what we got here. I saw it somewhere. Addendum A.
thought it was in the back.
Linda, see if you can find it in this.
Sure. Okay, so, we are charged $11.80 per employee per month, and then there's various reporting fees. We have to report to NHRS, there's some CMS reporting, and some audit support and that sort of thing. So
Final total?
So, does it give us a total?
I think annually, works out to be 60, was that right? About 60? I
I
don't
think
remember.
everything was going that. So I was reading it wrong, which is very possible, because it just seemed unbelievable.
Bill, did you look?
Yeah, I did look at it, I just
Right.
don't remember the number.
I didn't
It was
remember.
such a high
I didn't
number, I'm not
remember
gonna
that- I
quote
didn't
me.
remember there was a grand total on it.
Well, I may have a different department than I do.
But what I've appreciated about Checkmate is that they've continued to allow us to tweak the system without charging us programming fees and that sort of thing. You know,
I don't know where it is.
there are times we need reports or the system to do something a little differently than when it was first implemented, and without question, they go ahead and take care of that for us. So they've been very nice to work with.
Maybe I read another contract that was coming through.
So how do you want to work?
I would prefer we hold on to this
Okay.
until you can get us a total.
Sure,
You wouldn't mind
absolutely.
for the
No,
public?
no, not at
And then
all.
we'll do it as soon as we
Sure,
get that
absolutely.
figure.
Yep,
Okay.
you got it.
What's the next one that you?
Next contract is Health Trust. They are the folks who provide the short-term disability for everyone, as well as life insurance for the folks in corrections. Good news with this is that their numbers have gone down. Previously, for each $10 of weekly benefit per month, it was 45 cents. It's now down to 42 cents, which doesn't sound like a lot of money, but with the number of employees and salary we have, it can be somewhat significant. So, recommend that you approve the Health Trust contract.
And I think we can have Linda sign it,
We can have Linda sign it.
if you would like to.
So there really isn't a number on this, it's just a contract, it's just,
No, because it fluctuates as the employees come and go. So it's, yes.
I guess we make a motion as, excuse me, I guess the motion is to approve the contract as presented, which is Health Trust.
Second that motion?
All those in favor, say aye.
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 Thank you.
And to allow
And
Linda
to allow Linda to sign it. Aye.
Thank you. Okay. Next
Can you
contract.
sign it?
No, Linda, we gave Linda permission.
So Medicare rates are adjusted twice a year. And it's that time again. So I've received the information from New Hampshire Interlocal Trust that gives us the new rates that are effective January 1st through June 30th. The single Medicare rate is $617.70. The PDP, which is prescription plan from Aetna, is $226.32 for a total of $844.02, which is a slight increase. We have no say over this. This is Medicare. This is what it is. So I respectfully request that we approve this contract and this increase.
I'm assuming that I will have to sign this. It says government.
The next page is is that right? No, there you are.
Yeah.
Yep, you're on the left, you do sign.
Yeah.
Yeah. They sign one, you sign the other. Or you can vote to have me sign, your preference.
I don't know, it says government official.
That leads me to think it's you, baby, not me.
So I guess the motion to approve the interlocal trust health billing and enrollment plan as presented.
Okay.
Second that motion?
All those in favor?
Aye.
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 And you're going to sign it, correct?
Yep.
And then last but not least, ACA reporting is something that's done on an annual basis. It's a government it's the Affordable Care Act, I'm sorry, I'm using acronyms. The Affordable Care Act requires that employers offering health insurance report enrollment annually to the IRS. And then what will happen is a 1095 is issued to employees. I'm requesting you give NHIT permission to run our ACA reporting. And again, either sign it yourselves or allow me to sign it on the county's behalf. The other option is for me to do this, and I don't believe, frankly, I have the capabilities or the bandwidth, so. You know.
So I think you should do that.
And they've done it, they do it for us every year. This is nothing new, but
We'll make a motion to approve the ACA reporting.
I second that motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. And allow,
Who signs it? You will.
no, Linda can sign
And
this.
allow Linda to sign it, our HR director to sign it.
perfect. Thank you, folks.
Yep.
Okay, is everybody here?
Yes.
Excellent. Yay.
Would you like to do this?
I didn't know if you needed the list. if
I
you
have the
needed
list,
it.
but if you would like to start.
Well, I'm biased, but I think Carroll County has the best employees in the state. I see how hardworking our people are, and I see all the amount of work that we get done. It's just very impressive. So I am very proud that we have a number of award winners from the, is it NACO? Is that the acronym?
NHAC.
Okay. Too many acronyms.
Do you want me to take your pile?
Oh, yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not sure who all is here, so I'll read them out. We have Nursing Home Employee of the Year, which is Lisa Thomas, who is our MDS coordinator.
Nikki, would you stand up
Come
so
on
everybody
down.
can see you?
All the way down. This is the good stuff. This is the good stuff, and they need to see who you are, and I'm just really excited for you.
Thank you.
Congratulations. County Corrections Employee of the Year, Karen Santuccio, Case Manager.
If you guys want to stay up here, we'll get a group photo afterwards. That'd be great. Thanks. Okay, Lisa, we got you walking all over the place. Sorry.
Okay, County Sheriff of the Year is Sheriff Dominic Riccardi, and I know his, tried to stay under the radar, so I'm sure we couldn't convince him to come. I'm really excited about our County Team Award. It's the Carroll County Dispatchers, and Supervisor Lindsay Pinardi is here to represent the group. The dispatchers, by name, we have Shane Medico, Lauren Pomerlew, Jocelyn Himalayan Rogers, Melissa Canty, Michael Morrow, J.C. Bauman, and Abigail Stetson. So, again, very pleased for these folks.
You're fine. Stay
County
up front.
Employee of the Year is Bob Hoyt. And for those of you who aren't aware, Bob is the maintenance guy that's, here we go, who is selfishly, he takes care of our building. So I'm very excited. And the number of folks who signed the letter to nominate him was pretty long. So we really appreciate it all. And then Registry of Deeds Employee of the Year is Pam Berlin.
And she's on vacation. Well
Oh,
deserved
she's on vacation, well done.
Good for
her.
her.
So,
Okay.
anyway, so again, very exciting. Congratulations, folks. Damon, would you mind taking a picture for us? That'd be great, thanks.
I would love a picture with the commissioner.
I know, exactly. I'm gonna duck out and then I'd love to duck in.
Would you like it in between the flags? Is that what you want?
Yeah, Madam Chair,
Yeah,
if you move those chairs and have them go up on the wall, it looks like a subway station behind you, so.
Good catch, Ed, good catch. Yeah, it does, doesn't it? Yeah. And a really road.
Where are we going?
Yeah, right where we are.
Right where we are? Okay.
Come on up, guys. This is all for you, not
Not for
not for us. And I have to say, well-deserved award for all of you.
Thank you. Chanel?
You getting this?
No,
Sidestep.
I want my commissioners and my employees.
All right, great.
Okay, David, I'm gonna need you to move out of the frame.
Wow. Rough around.
He takes that well, it's okay.
That's great.
I'll make a note and email them to you.
Perfect.
Great, yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Are we done?
You will Photoshop all those, right?
Thank you, guys.
No, thank you guys.
No, go on.
Thank you. Especially, I don't want you to say.
Thanks. Thank you very much. It is. Me too. Thank you again.
Here's mine. Carrie, Carrie's right there.
Superintendent Eldridge?
Thank you.
Yeah, this is good today.
Yep. Yeah,
Moving right along.
Yep.
Moving right
Go
along.
on. Yep.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So far.
Do you need a copy of this?
Actually, no, I should be good.
Okay.
So this morning, I have in front of you the prime care contract, which would take place in May of 2024. That's when our current contract that we're under, a current 3-year contract, will expire, May 24th, I believe it is, of 2024. So right now, what we have in front of us, the way our budget yearly works, the way this contract works, we're looking to get authorization approval to move forward with the contract at an increased price, and there is a reasonings for the increased price. As like everybody, they've had to increase their rate of pay, and also items out there in the medical world have increased as well. Prime Care provides all medical services to our inmate, currently our inmate population, and also provides our medical MAT services as well, medical assisted treatment. The only really difference in the contract, other than the increase in the price, is we've increased our population from ADP, a standard ADP of 65 to 75. So we increased it by 10. That's based on the high population we had all through the whole summer. Our ADP went up quite a bit. And we have so I don't want to cause a problem because there's a clause in there where if we're over that ADP, it's $2.30 per day per inmate.
Right.
So we increased it by 10 because we were. But we did have a verbal agreement because where we house so many individuals from outside the facilities, like I say, Rockingham County, and Prime Care is currently providing, contracting with them to provide medical services as well. We do have a verbal agreement of a plus or minus of 10 on that, well, plus 10 rather, I should say, more on the plus side than minus, that they won't charge us because of the volume sometimes can increase. Like we have on average about 18 females from Rockingham County, so we don't get, so there is a verbal agreement with them as well on that. However, way things were, that's why there's an increase there. So there's really no change to the current contract the way it's written now, other than those 2 items I mentioned about. Again, their big increase is going for, right now currently we're at $740,000 for this final year, and it's going to $1,080,000. So, but it's roughly through a little over $300,000 increase. But again, everything's else has increased over the, and this is a 3-year contract.
Is this 3-year?
Yeah,
Okay.
That's the cost per year.
yeah.
Yeah.
Do we need to approve this today?
I know I put it in my budget to move forward with.
Yeah.
Okay.
But what this will do is allow us to get the actual full contract, get a signature. This is the proposed portions of the increase and all that. And they put in the reasonings of their increasing.
One clarification for my sake. When we have this amount, now does the people come out of the county, their county jail pay part of this? This is, they pay us?
They pay their own, if we have Rockingham County inmates in our facility, that all medical billing goes back to Rockingham County's bill.
Okay.
So this is our Carroll County inmates.
Okay.
and services provided to them, and also MAT.
Okay.
Commissioner, any?
Just to be, so we're going from 700 and something thousand
That was the one I was
to
thinking.
over a million.
Yes. Roughly 300 and, quick math, I think it was roughly 330,000 increase.
It's like a 40% increase, that's huge.
Again, when Prime Care came aboard, we were doing our own in-house medical services, and we had our own medical staff that we were responsible for hourly wage and all that. So when they picked up, some of them stayed, some of them didn't. They decided to go elsewhere, particularly because of the Group 1 retirement. So we were paying the nurses at $28 an hour. They took them on at that rate, but they could not sustain them or get more staff to come in, nurses to come in and work at that rate of pay. So they had to increase their rate of pay significantly. I want to say it's between $36 and $40 an hour now for LPNs, and I believe it's 40 or 42 or more for RNs. And then also medical services itself has increased over the year with inflation. So that's the reason for the increases.
Can we,
PA costs, the doctor costs, this covers everything.
can we charge the new residents that are living over there toward their portion of the bill? No.
No.
Try it.
It's worth a shot.
I do have to say, it's been really nice having them here to do this, and they take all responsibility.
All liability and
All
responsibility.
liability. So, but if you guys want to peruse it.
If this is something you want to hold
Yeah, I'd
off
like
and
to-
kick down the
I'd like
road
to look at it
for a
a
week or two,
little.
absolutely.
Yep.
Only because of the amount of the increase.
That's
I mean,
fine.
that's a big, and I understand what you're saying.
Yeah,
They
and
use
they're-
outside agencies like everybody else probably and everything else. So,
And their explanation is written on there for the increase.
Yeah.
So,
we'll get back to you. I
All
mean,
right.
it's in the budget.
well,
Yeah,
that budget hasn't been approved,
Well,
it's,
once we
yeah, it's put there as potential number.
placeholder, right?
So,
Okay, we'll take it. We'll revisit it.
Yeah.
okay,
okay.
I have nothing else at this time.
But yeah, keep it in your budget for budget purposes. And,
Yep. That's all I hear differently,
yeah,
absolutely.
okay.
All righty.
Thank you, Sean.
Point of information, Madam Chair. would you
Yes.
Permit me to ask a brief question.
You may.
Does the delegation in this process accept and approve all those contracts?
No,
They do not.
not to my knowledge. We've never done that.
Well, they
No.
approve the budget,
Yeah.
Yeah, but they
Through
approve the budget.
process.
but they don't independently?
No.
Okay. Thank you.
All set?
All set?
Thank you.
So to answer your question, indirectly they approved it because they approved the entire budget.
Congratulations.
And that's a 3-year contract?
It's a
Yes.
3-year contract.
Okay. What time is Will supposed to be here?
I didn't realize, but Will's not here this week.
Oh, that's right, he's away today. He's
Yeah.
on vacation.
Yeah.
Shoot, that's right, I talked to him last night. Okay.
But last I knew, he was still waiting to meet with the contractor at the
Yep.
access road, so we'll put it
Okay.
back on next week.
Okay. What else do we
Karen's
have?
bringing over the bids to be open.
Okay, we can go to Hales. I guess, is Joe with us this morning?
No.
Okay. We're going into recess. It is
9:37.
9:37
Are you going into recess to do Hales?
to do Hales.
Thank you.
And we will open up the Board of Selectmen meeting of October 26, 2023 of Hales location. And I have 3 checks for Hales. I have one for $73,092 for the North Conway Water Precinct.
Motion to accept the individuals. Or can we do it together?
We can do it together if you want to take a look at them. And we have another check for the town of Conway for $1,921.95. And that is for motor vehicle registrations. So you're going to have, and if you would please just initial the invoice. And then we have one for the treasurer of Carroll County in the amount of $85,650. and that is for property tax from Hales. We need a motion to accept, if you want to keep these so you can just read off the numbers, and permission for the treasurer to sign them. Please.
Motion to accept a check from the town of Conway for $1,921.95. A check from North Conway Water,
Two North.
two North Conway Water District in the amount of $73,092.96. And to Treasurer Carroll County, $85,650. And to have
Joe, the treasurer,
the treasurer
to sign.
Sign.
Yeah, second that motion.
Yes. Motion to accept.
Would you like to look? Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Do you have copies of the minutes? No. Okay, else there's nothing on there. We have October 12th minutes. There's nothing on there. It's just that work has begun on the 2024 proposed budget. Health Officer David Pandora has been appointed. So I just need,
Motion to approve the minutes as written.
yeah, as written. Did you sign?
I initialed it.
Okay. good.
Bill. Motion to approve minutes.
I second that motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And we also have the minutes for October 18th. There was only one motion to approve a check payable to Carroll County Registry of Deeds in the amount of $8. So, and if you would like to make a motion to approve those minutes.
Motion to approve the minutes of Hales Location, October 18, 2023 meeting as written.
I second that motion.
All those in favor say aye.
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 Here, would you mind signing that one, and then I'll pass them on to Bill?
I was absent for that one.
Oh, you were, okay. Oh, I don't have anything else for Hales, except that they are still waiting for the final approval for the septic system that they are working on at Hales, so that's all I have for Hales. So we will come out of, you need motion to, out of Hales location.
Or are you going to just reset? You don't recess it? No?
I don't know, can we recess both?
I don't know. Did we do that the last time? Did we come out?
I think we can, I guess we'll just recess the meeting of Hales location until the next meeting, which is call of the chair,
9:42.
9:42. Okay, so now we are back in our regular meeting. And what do we have next? Oh, we don't have the budget till 10:30.
I have bids for you, if you want to open those, or?
Yep.
Okay.
Some bids?
This
Yep.
would be a line item transfers too.
Yeah, so we issued an RFP for medical billing services. The deadline was last Friday at 4 p.m. We received 4 bids ahead of that deadline.
Okay.
We also, on Monday, the 23rd, received this envelope. It's not clearly marked whether or not it's a response to the RFP, but we didn't want to open it in case it was. It is
Okay.
late though.
Okay.
So if you want to open that separately just to see what it is.
I'll open this one and see what it is.
Thank you.
That's what it is, but it was late, you say?
Yes, it arrived Monday afternoon and the deadline was last Friday.
But when was it mailed though? Oh. It was mailed Monday, the 23rd.
We received it Monday the 23rd.
Well, that's what it says, unless it's standard overnight, maybe that's what, not what it is. Shipping date. Yeah, how could it be? They mailed it, yeah, Monday, 23rd of October, 5 PM, standard overnight.
Or is that when it was promised to be delivered by?
I don't know.
That's strange. It doesn't have a mailing date on there.
Oh, it says ship date, October 23rd. That's weird.
Yeah. So it's up to the commissioners whether you accept the
So
late
let's
bid.
look at the other ones first.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that we can.
Okay, thank you.
There's another one, if you want to open that one, got four. Christmas.
Yeah.
Would you like to,
Well,
who it's from and
well,
the
I
cost?
can, the first one I have is from Specialized Medical Billing and Consulting LLC. The only thing, it appears, I don't know what yours, what that one looks like, but it appears they've all quoted differently. So, I don't know if we really want, if it's productive to do that now without looking at it first, other than just name the names of the companies that quoted us.
Normally, we name
How would you-
the things and their cost. And then we don't make, then
Well-
it goes to the nursing home administrator under their guidance.
Take a look at this one. 'Cause
His recommendation.
But I don't know what if you look at this one, it gives you all of these.
For this.
But then it also says it's a preliminary in nature, it's not a firm quote.
Right.
So,
Okay, well then don't read that, we give it, just tell them you have that one and we'll let them decipher. They are pretty complicated, actually.
I have one from GEBBS Healthcare Solutions, and it's pretty detailed, and it's preliminary in nature based on, I believe, what the RFP listed. So we'll have to look at that one. We have one from Specialized Medical Billing and Consulting LLC, and theirs simply says, full service billing 5% of net collections.
Yeah.
Which I'm not sure exactly, you probably know what that means, I'm not
Well,
sure.
whatever they collect for bills, they get a percentage.
Right,
Yeah.
that's all right. So those are the two that I have, if you would like to look at them.
Yeah, we just put them back in the envelope
Oh, okay.
and we'll move up. And I have one from AGT Medical Billing Solutions from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. And many pages of examples, but at the end is, they provide medical billing services for Carroll County Commissioners as described in the proposal at an all-inclusive rate of 6.25 of the net collected revenues.
So we're at 5%, not 6.25.
Yep. And so, Bill, what do you have?
I don't see a number. I mean, I'm missing something.
There may
No,
not
I
be
had to
a
look
number.
for a long time on here, too.
I'll just see later, I probably missed it, so I'd like another set of eyes to look at it, please.
This is the whole thing?
Yeah, all copies of statements and everything
Statements,
else.
yeah.
It's gotta be in there somewhere. Or it has-
I
not-
had to look
has
and look to find it, yeah.
It's a little different.
Well, I will read this one while you're looking at
Go
that.
ahead,
This
yeah.
is the one that we're assuming was late, but we're not, we've got to look into it further. I don't know how, if they mailed it on that day, how we got it the same day. Anyway, theirs is $2,500 a month.
What was the name of it? I'm sorry.
This one is, I don't know, 314E Corporation. And I don't know where they're from. This is just so weird.
Well, Bill, I'm with you, I don't see a number here.
Makes me feel good.
I don't see a number. I see a lot of pages, and
I know. You know what? I don't even see where this one is from.
It doesn't speak well.
No. Usually they have it on there somewhere. No, they have a website.
this is really weird.
One doesn't give it a sub rate, the other one we don't know about, and the third one,
Bob's gonna have to, or whoever, and I would assume that, that Lynn will take a look at these too.
Yep.
Well, in our new,
Yeah. He won't be here till the 5th. Yeah, that's
yeah,
soon.
that's not that far away.
Yep. Jeez.
came under another.
Thank you. They brought over the manifest totals for you there. So
Okay,
if you want to
good.
go back to that, that's right there.
Okay, I will.
And you still have checks, right?
Yep, I do.
Okay.
That's good.
There was one
Missed
that
it.
wasn't signed over there.
Okay. Okay, so we'll go back to the manifest approval for October 25th, $715,010.27. Payroll for 10/27 was $206,998.14.
Motion to approve.
This would be the same that these should match?
Yeah, but we didn't have those.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's for this week.
Yep. So,
Okay.
voting or
Yep.
need a vote?
Okay.
All in favor?
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Put those with the checks. Okay, so that's done. What are we up to now?
Oh, the business room.
Oh, line item transfers.
Yeah,
Do we have a line item?
we have three of them, right?
3 of them? Okay,
I believe.
I think there should be two.
2.
Okay.
I thought there was three. Well, and I think there
Shed
was,
that Will wants.
So what would be the purpose of a line item transfer?
You don't have enough money in the line to pay for what they're,
So you switch lines?
so they take it out of where they have an extra few dollars and put it in there.
So you get out of one piggy bank and running over and borrowing for the
Yeah.
kids.
Basically.
Exactly.
yeah, effectively.
You need to have copies in your packet too of these.
So we have a transfer request, 2023-017. It's out of account number, can you read this? 300.442050.000, food.
I think it, excuse me, Madam
Yeah.
Chair, I think it's 300441205.
1, 2.
It's hard to read.
His handwriting.
Yes. Okay, and they're asking for a transfer amount of $2,500 to go in,
Oops,
to go into account number 039000 into supplies.
motion to approve.
Second, that, available
Yeah,
supplies.
and he still has $151.
Oh, available, I
Yeah.
guess, okay. I'll second that motion.
All those in favor, say aye.
All right.
Aye.
Aye.
Here's a signature copy.
Okay.
Thank you.
Would you mind signing that?
I would not.
And Bill, if you would sign it. And then we have another one. And this is also from the nursing home. It is 2023-018, coming out of account number 050, is that what it is?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Also out of food for, is that $1,200?
Yes.
Going into account number 052000 for uniforms and linens. And his explanation is on the back. The reason for the transfer of $2,500 to operating supplies from food line is because of the steady increase in paper goods for the nursing home that has increased over the year. The reason for the other transfer, the uniform line from the food line, is the mandatory non-slip shoes for all kitchen staff that I have implemented for all dietary staff. This greatly reduces the chance of slips and falls.
Makes sense.
Which accounts did you list?
This one, coming on this
Right,
one, and going
300,
into this
okay,
one.
yep.
Okay.
Motion to approve.
Second the motion.
All those in favor, say aye.
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 Okay. Commissioners?
Thank you.
And we just had two other things that aren't on the agenda, the shed and the policy for the fitness stipends. You know, if you want to do either one of those today.
Take a look.
We've got about half an hour, so.
Okay. Check out this, the policy. Do you guys have that?
We do?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
No, we didn't do anything with that yet.
Yeah.
Madam Chair, what was the policy for again? It was people are talking
Policy is
very
for the
soft.
policy
Sorry.
fitness stipends for the non-union at the jail and House of Correction officers.
Thank you.
And Sean's not here, but.
So currently in our jail CBA, we allow for if the corrections officers covered under the CBA pass a certain number of the skills on the fitness exam, they receive a stipend of $700. And in the 2023 budget, it was put in to extend that also to the non-union officers, but we just wanted to formalize it with a policy for the non-union. And that's what this would do. There is funding in the budget for it.
And this would begin immediately or the new year?
The stipends are paid out in October of each year, so they're ready to give those to the non-union. It's in the budget, but we didn't have
This is ongoing, though.
a formalized vote yet, so we'll go on next year and forward. Yep, yep.
So just to revisit, it's something we've been doing, it's an ongoing program. We just haven't formalized it.
We haven't formalized it, right? It was
We've been doing it for union,
Right.
not non-union, so this is to cover all of them.
So have we been doing the stipend for non-union before this?
no. But during the 2023 budget process, the superintendent was given the okay to include it for non-union into his budget, so there was verbal agreement, but we didn't have anything specific.
So it's in the budget, right?
Yes.
How many non-union how many are affected by this?
I think there's 4 or 5, half a dozen maybe.
Well, we just have to approve the policy, I guess, to promote staff health and fitness to ensure their capability to perform all functions of the job. Non-union jail and House of Correction officers are eligible to receive an annual physical fitness stipend. Procedures. Officers in non-union positions at Carroll County House of Corrections are annually eligible to receive a physical fitness stipend. To be eligible, they must complete 1 year of employment with the House of Corrections, present a valid physician's clearance to participate in physical fitness testing, participate in the Cooper Standards physical fitness testing. That's testing offered annually at the facility, and complete the fitness testing regimen required in NHAC Chapter 300A:5 for his or her age and gender.
How many people are affected by this?
About half a dozen, I believe. It's only officers, it's not other staff. corrections officers. For example, it wouldn't be the administrative assistant or medical staff, clearly for the officers.
And they have to, in all fairness, they also have to meet all the requirements, whether they get this or not, pretty much, because they're officers.
And who signs off on that, Sean?
John, yeah. Comments, Commissioner?
And $700, did you say?
Yes.
Sometimes, for 6 people, doesn't seem too bad. Amount of money that we spend, it's,
That's right, we're made of money, that's what people think.
Understanding that you inherited this, right? The decision was sort of
I mean,
made.
you're supposed to be able to perform your job, so we're paying people to be able to perform their job. I get why we're doing it, but
Policies
Retention.
can always be revisited in
I
later years.
understand.
Yeah, just,
Motion to approve.
I second the motion.
All those in favor say aye.
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 Is this the one that signs?
did I give all of you one with the draft stamp on it?
Yep.
Okay, I'll get you a clean copy for signature. I think, actually, Commissioner McGee, does yours have a stamp on it that says draft? This, the
No.
watermark?
No.
No.
Can I trade you? You can keep
You
this one.
Here, well, keep it and sign
Well,
it.
just sign
I guess
that
I
one.
could sign it.
Yep, there we go. Thank you.
Need one.
Thank you. Can I take these also? These also?
Sure.
All right. Yeah.
I can keep track of all the stuff.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that you guys all got this too?
Yes.
What do we got next? Oh, the shed?
So the shed is actually, this shed would be for the administration building. Through a grant, we received a new snow blower for the administration building. It's not allowed to be stored inside buildings, clearly, because it has fuel in it. There's also, we've been using the boiler room at the administration building to store tools and other things that the maintenance needs to do the outside work in our building. And technically, all of that stuff should not be stored in a boiler room. It needs to find a home. Bob Murray is able to cover this in his budget. And it would be placed outside the administration building to store rakes, shovels.
Whereabouts
Where-
The
outside?
snow blower.
Where exactly?
Where?
Not quite sure. Do you have suggestions?
Well, no, I don't want to put it on the lawn.
No, we
or
don't
in the
wanna
back
look at
on
it.
the lawn.
We don't want it in the parking lot. I was thinking towards, off the back of the parking lot, clear out some of that brush that's there and just set it. It would not be on a permanent foundation. It would be on pallets with a ramp, so we could push the snow blower.
I'm not too sure that, I like the idea of it being put on wooden pallets. How is that going to stand up to the elements? I mean, that's going to rot
Can
out.
it go flat on the ground? I don't know a
No.
lot about
No.
placing a
No, you
shed.
should put it on,
I would
On a
suggest.
pad?
yeah, no, it doesn't need a pad, but it needs
Blocks,
blocks. yeah.
blocks,
Blocks.
something,
Okay.
yeah, I wouldn't put
All right.
it,
Something to keep it off the,
While you're keeping the
sills off the
equipment,
ground.
is this for the whole thing or just to hold it up off the ground?
just
This
to
is
hold
what-
it up off the ground,
And so the things that are in it will be on,
on the floor, yeah.
On the-
It has a floor,
that's okay.
but you put the wooden floor,
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, okay. I wasn't even thinking of the floor, I was thinking of
yeah.
the, okay.
And I don't know if you've been in the boiler room, but there's a lot stored in
Yeah,
there.
there's a lot of stuff.
And the only otherwise, we'll have to leave the snow blower over at DPW, and every time Bob 3 needs it to do the admin building, he'll have to transport it back and forth all winter. And we'd really like to make his job more efficient for him. Because he's coming in at all hours of the day, night.
Does our local schools make one of these? No, they haven't.
That's what I was thinking, but you have to wait for it.
So this one comes unassembled, and it says it's easy. You don't need a saw. So we would be willing to give it a go for one that needs to be built versus paying twice or 3 times as much.
And who's supposed to build this? The commissioners or you? Or?
Would you like to volunteer?
No, I would assume Bob or Will and his crew.
Right. I will ask DPW to help, of
12
course.
by 8. 12 by 8. Is 12 by 8 big enough?
Yeah. He felt that it was just sufficient for all the things he has. And it has the double doors, so it opens right up in the front.
It doesn't seem, things only seem to grow here and you add more.
So they're looking at Lowe's. Have they looked at those ones that the guy sells on the side of the road? Have they priced those out? Because I was going to buy one of those.
Once you're an OSPI?
Yeah.
Let's, Madam Chair, could I make a suggestion?
Yeah.
Let's do a little more work on this.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
It hasn't started snowing yet.
Right, we have a little bit
You
of
never
time.
know. Okay, we will.
Okay.
We won't forget it.
All right. Thank
I
you.
was just suggesting we look at that. We might be able to work out a deal with them because they want to get them off their lot.
I don't know if they're already built, I would save folks some work, but, yeah, okay, thanks.
All right. So that takes care of that. Oh, what is this? Oh, okay.
Excuse me.
Wow. Thank goodness for insurance.
Right? Yep.
So I don't, just for the public, we spent over $46,536 for the problems that the lightning strike caused, but it has all been covered by the insurance, thank goodness.
Thank goodness.
Knowing this is what we pay?
Well, yeah, but our insurance is paid for it, we haven't paid.
Oh, okay. Is that,
We would have.
well, we would have, okay.
Yeah, we did pay it all out first, and then we'll get reimbursed by Primex.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's, okay.
All right, well, let's skip to the budget, and we can come back to these other things. Okay.
If I could approach them. I do have folks that are coming to hear the budget at 10:30 at night.
Okay.
I have it on the agenda for them.
We should go to
I don't know if you want to finish signing the checks in a recess maybe, or?
Yeah, I've only got a few more, but I can do that while I'm listening.
I do have a non-public discussion that we could go have if you want to.
Again.
That would be fine.
And what would that be under?
Which letter?
I don't know which letter. I don't know what it's for.
What is it?
It's regarding salaries.
Okay.
So that would be A.
A.
Supposed to read this in there, Mike, I can do it.
Yep.
A motion to go into non-public session under RSA 91-A:32A.
I'll second that motion.
Roll call vote, please.
Representative McGee,
Aye.
Representative Nelson, aye. Chairman, how about that?
Aye.
Chair.
10-12.
Chair. All right, so I guess we'll just go in the other room for a few
For a
minutes.
couple of seconds.
Okay.
Recording stopped. Recording in progress.
I'll make a motion to come out of non-public and seal the minutes.
Second that motion?
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Our
10:35.
Yeah, 10:35. All set for you, hon.
All right. Okay, so I am presenting to you as commissioners the 2024 proposed budget from the department heads and various other sections of the county budget that are dictated by loan requirements and so forth. Just to give you and the public a little bit of background on what we're doing this year. In the past, the department heads have each presented their separate budget and come in front of you as the commissioners and presented their budget, been available to answer questions, a process that went for about 6 to 8 weeks, and then the commissioners took that information and combined it into what we're looking at today. So what we have done this year is we've streamlined that so that the department heads have worked with their own budget, have come to see me. We've worked on changes, vetted questions, quotes, and got sign off from the department heads on their budget, which has all been combined in a summary. So our budget proposed from the department heads for 24 is $39,666. It's a 6.28% increase over the 23 budget of $37,327,304. So I'm just going to kind of go over some basic assumptions while we were doing this. At the beginning of the process, we came to the commissioners to have them set a guideline for salaries. And what we decided to do is those employees of the county that made between 0 and 55,000 would get $1.50 per hour raise. And those over 55,000 would be given a 3% raise. At that point, if the department had felt that that adjustment wasn't appropriate, either too high or too low, the department head was able to suggest where they wanted to be. We discussed it and came to a mutual conclusion on where everything should be. During 23, we also received unexpected income that was not budgeted in the 23 budget, which has helped not only the cash flow, but the outcome of the 24 presented budget. Usually, we do a fund analysis and presentation of fund balance at the delegation point in time. But I have gone and done that this year already, projecting out where we're going to end up with the 23 county budget and the use of these unexpected funds. We were able to use in the proposed budget $3.7 million of fund balance and still, and of course this is all projected based on the remaining 10 weeks of the year. We were able to still keep our fund balance projected at 20%. Now, DRA suggests a maximum of 17%, but because this is projected and we're not anticipating these additional revenues in 24, I felt that it was prudent to leave the fund balance at 20% and not to use any more of the fund balance than that. The great news about doing that is that we are only projecting to see a 2.87% increase in county taxes to a total of $22 million. This year in 23, we had an apportionment approved by DRA and sent to the various towns of $21,386,113, and our projected county taxes are $22 million this year, a little over $600,000. So on the budget, we have detailed each department and the increase and decrease in the department. And there is a document that I've written as a narrative to the commissioners that kind of goes through each department and lets you know what the increase, what impacted the increase. Primarily, it was salaries and benefits. Because with the 3% of salary increases, of course, you have increased payroll taxes, increased benefits, increased retirement, and a projected increase, we projected 5% increase in our health insurance costs. We have received capital from all of the department heads, and all of the capital is included with the exception of one item. We have talked about it in the past that the jail is in need of a new roof. And that has been put out for bid and looked at, and we have a potential price of $1.2 million for replacement of that. That has not been put into capital, but I did reach out and get some leasing options for that. Similar to the security system that we did last year, in that we could lease the roof repairs over 10 years. We have some underspending and corrections that we could possibly encumber the first principal payment in 23 and use 23 funds, with the first payment being next summer, early fall for the first payment. And those have been included in the budget. So the interest and the principal for the roof lease has been included in the budget. I also am asking for $190,000 to be transferred to the non-capital reserve, which is the county's sick bank and vacation payout bank. We are going, it is projected that we're going to go into 24 with a deficit in that account of approximately $40,000. And our goal is to keep 150 in that at the beginning of every year, which is why I'm asking for 190. And then the delegation did approve to create a capital reserve, which they funded with $1 in 23. And I'm proposing that we also start that with $150,000 transfer. The nursing home overall is showing a 4.9% increase. 14.83% of that increase is due to increased salary and benefits. There was a 17.6% decrease in other costs as compared to 23. Part of that, because it would be a logical question why that decreased, is we stepped up our game in the personnel schedules this year. We created a pretty sophisticated personnel schedule that we went person by person. We're able to identify what type of insurance they had, what the cost would be. We didn't quite have that level of sophistication last year, so we were able to better fine-tune that figure. In the nursing home budget, we have budgeted 0 for agency staff, as during the budget process it was felt prudent that if we were 100% staffed, that there would be no need for agency staff. Included right now in the nursing home salaries is I'm just going to round, $2.4 million of vacant positions, which includes salary and benefits. So please keep in mind that in 23, we defunded 4 positions. We did keep the position, we defunded them, and that was a total of approximately $311,000 in the 23 budget. We're projecting that at the end of 23, we should be at approximately between 1.5 and 1.6 million in agency staff. So that number combined with what we had in defunded positions is not exactly what we have equal to vacant positions this year, but pretty close. So I feel pretty comfortable with the overall salary and benefits in the nursing home. One big cost or an increase that is new to the nursing home this year is proposed is an increase in the participation of education for the nursing home staff. It is suggested that we offer 2 LNA courses and MNA courses to staff members that can be directly reimbursed by the BEAS. And then also a tuition reimbursement program to LPNs, or to get your LPN, that I think the nursing home is still working out the guidelines on what would be required for participation in that. But that did raise that figure up to almost 58,000, which did have a big impact, but is for the promotion and the benefit of keeping staff at the nursing home and investing in the staff. Included in the nursing home also are 4 new positions, 3 of which are vacant currently, unit manager positions. Approximately 352,000 represent those 3 vacant positions, but are included in my total vacant position figure of 2.4 million. So that's really the overview of our proposed budget. I think the department heads did a great job and were really responsive and worked hard at giving some thought of where they could do decreases as well as the items that were increased. One large item of mention is in corrections with the prime care contract went up significantly as well. So that's going to have a very large impact. That and the mental services line, because the mental health grant is no longer. So those are the 2 big costs in corrections. So overall, that is the budget that we're presenting to you today. I'm very happy with it. I think it's very reasonable, very doable, and we're pretty close with our projections.
Thank you. Any
Good job.
Questions? Questions?
Okay. I do have a couple of action items that I'd
Okay.
like to go over with you.
Sure can.
Okay. So a lot of the department heads gave me capital, and I went back and looked at their fiscal year 23 budgets. And if I felt that they were going to have some underspending in their budgets, I did a little reaching out to say, hey, is it possible to spend that in 23 versus moving to the 24 budget? So I wanted to bring that to your attention and see if you needed to take a vote on that, or if we were fine, if the department heads were able to make some of those purchases in 23.
Under advisement, as long as we have the invoice and the bill comes in 23, we can do that.
Okay, excellent. Okay, so
These are things that would have been done in 24, not just the other things that they're going to buy. Just so
These-
everybody knows that we're not just,
Right.
we're not just spending them.
No,
We're not
these-
just taking the money that's left and spending it.
correct. These are specific items that are on the capital list and included in the 24 budget.
Right.
I was just looking at ways to minimize the use of fund balance in 24, and so when I saw that there was underspending and the towns have paid the taxes for this year based on that spending, I felt it was appropriate and fair for them to spend it this year.
I agree. I just don't want everybody to think we're just
Yeah, absolutely,
spending the money
absolutely.
because we can.
Okay. And then,
Even though
is
we
there any discussion on the roof or lease options or anything? I will add in the capital, Bob and Sean have put their comments in about additional capital money that should be in the budget for items that they may find when the roof comes off.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
And so Bob came up with a figure of approximately 70,000 in addition to the 1.2.
What is a roof lease?
It's just a way to finance it. The repairs are quoted at 1.2 million, and lease is just a way to finance it versus putting it all into capital.
Okay, I thought we were renting it there.
No. Well, you are basically, no. It's capital lease.
I know that, with talking with Sean, that he's worried about the 1.2, he thinks it should be a little bit more, because they have no idea what they're going to find when they open up the roof.
And then Bob weighed in, so do you want to?
I'm happy to speak to it if you want me to. It's hard to come up with a number when you don't know what you're going to find. It was suggested that we add $500,000 into the budget for unknown repairs. I can't see asking for that money when you don't know what what you're going to find. So I suggested that we go with another approach, a lower amount, knowing that we're going to have some sheetrock and paint repairs, and I don't know if there's going to be any structural damage that we're going to uncover. But I'm uncomfortable asking for a large sum of money not knowing what there is. I'm more comfortable asking for a lesser sum of money, doing some exploration and some repairing, and doing what we can with that money, and if there's anything major, getting pricing and basically crossing that bridge when we get to it.
And I did ask, when I was getting the quotes on the lease, I did pose that situation that we don't know if what's going to happen and can we get that into the lease. And at this point, no, we can't. So we have to go with what the proposal is. We can't, with this leasing company, we can't just pick a number and say, well, we want this added on too. So.
Just knowing that we're going to replace the roof, and there's going to be repairs down the road that we're going to have to deal with.
Yeah, I know there's a wall that's practically disintegrated already.
Yeah, the sheetrock is all
Yeah.
punky.
What about underneath the sheet rock?
Yeah, we don't know.
We don't know.
Don't know.
We'll have to put something in probably capital then for,
We have 70,000 in there right now, in addition to the 1.2 million.
As a contingency, if need be, if they go over.
yeah.
The other thing is too, is if you and then the delegation approve putting 150,000 in capital, that will be 150,000 in capital. I mean, the capital reserve. So we would have, 220,000. That's not the point of it,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
When is this going to start?
Well, as soon as the budget is approved.
Okay, so,
It's actually going to, if it looks like it's favorable, the commissioners approve of going through this process, and the delegation is in favor of it moving ahead. We're going to start seeking full competitive bids to get it done.
so we haven't got to that point, obviously.
No, I got the estimate that I got so far is just a budget estimate. We had somebody come in. I want to hire a consultant. This is a big roof. This is a big project. There are roofing consultants out there that do just that, and part of this capital money is for hiring a roofing consultant. We want to make sure we do it right. Unfortunately, that jail roof has been leaking for 20 years since it's been done, and we've been throwing money at it year after year after year, and nobody seems to be able to get it right. And I think it's time that we fully address it properly.
My concern
Get it
is
done.
it's going to be not 70,000.
well, is there any reason that we can't do the that you at least agree to do a competitive bid process and have somebody come in, and then maybe we will have a better idea, right, of what some of the internal issues might be?
Absolutely.
I would feel better.
But you'd have to push, if it does come in much higher, and we only put the 1.2 million in this year, you'd have to wait till next year to do the budget again.
Well, no, not necessarily. It can go in front of the delegation. If we don't have information, which I doubt we will, when you're ready to hand this over to the delegation, we can increase it for the delegation, or we can put it in front of the delegation. But I don't have the 1.2 million in capital. I have only 24's 1/10, the lease portion. So if it comes in at 1.5 million, we still have a benchmark, a pretty significant benchmark in there for the lease payment.
Okay, so you're pretty comfortable with it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I am.
Okay.
So do you need to take a vote on that?
The normal,
What would the vote?
do you agree with Director Murray bringing an RFP for your consideration? Because normally we just vote on the RFP. Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't really need a vote to let him start drafting an RFP or anything, no.
No, you can.
No,
he
just to
can-
bring the
he can
bids in.
Draft the RFP and they'll vote on the RFP, I would think.
The first step is, if we're going down this road, which I hope we are, the first step is to hire a consultant. And the consultant will help us put an RFP together.
What do you estimate that to cost for?
I put in $20,000, which is part of the 70.
Oh,
50 for, 50, I put in 50 for repairs and 20 for a consultant.
But if we hire a consultant now,
Mhm.
where is that $20,000 going to come from now?
We can find it. I think it's important to start the process
Yeah, I agree.
because, for a couple of reasons. Number one, it absolutely has to be done. And the longer we wait, the more costly it could be. We have the money in the '23 budget to be able to do that. And if we can have a proposal in place by the end of the year and have the lease in place, then we can encumber the first down payment from '23. If we don't have the lease or it started, we won't be able to. Really don't have
I'll
any.
make a motion that we authorize Bob to hire a consultant to begin the process of replacing the roof in the amount of $20,000.
Well,
I don't-
are you specifying an amount?
Maybe not to exceed.
Not to exceed $20,000.
I don't think that we have the right to do that because it's over the $5,000 benchmark.
Oh, that's right.
When the delegation has to approve anything over 5,000.
For a consultant?
I don't think it doesn't make a difference.
I think that the delegation has to approve if you're doing a repair, renovation,
Yeah.
construction over 5,000. This is just fact finding, correct?
Mhm.
And assistance writing the RFP.
Mhm.
I did have a question though, do you have certain firms in mind that you would like to direct solicit this, or do we do an RFP for the consultant, like with like a 2-week turnaround? Or what?
The roofer that I have been working with lately has a consultant that they've been working with on other projects, and I'll go in that direction. I have one name. There are more out there. I'm sure there are more out there.
Could we get an agreement, Madam Chair, do you mind? Could we get an agreement, a draft agreement from that consultant for the commissioner's consideration rather than just doing a, here's some money, go find it?
Oh yeah, no, I wouldn't hire anybody without bringing it to the commissioners first.
Would you mind holding your vote until he brings that to you?
You do that.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, great.
Thank you.
And then I just wanted to touch back on the budget for a minute, because we didn't really speak about revenues other than the county taxes. The nursing home really wanted to pretty much stay where they were for revenue. The only exception was what we discussed about the pro share, increasing that a little bit, which I did reach out to Bob and Lynn on their approval for that. And then all of the other budgets are pretty much status quo from prior years. The one change, and I do have attached to the back of your budget spreadsheet, is letters, 2 letters from the registrar. And she is going with a 75% estimate of revenue this year. And I do agree with her. We looked at the different options and she gives the rationale as to why. And with the way things are looking and the funds coming in, she feels that that's a conservative approach, and I do agree with her. In addition, she also is asking for the use of $27,500 as she has in the past from the equipment fund. And there is a letter specifically addressed to you as part of the budget that once we vote on the budget, you'll need to vote on that as well. But other than that, the revenue is pretty much status quo. The big difference is you're not going to see a large miscellaneous income that is in the actuals right now. So. And that is it.
Commissioner Nelson, any questions?
Being a non-financial person in terms of accounting, just a question on the revenue. So if I'm reading this right, the revenue year-to-date is 40% of the 2023 budget for the nursing home?
Oh,
For the nursing home.
home. No, It's pretty much at 100%.
Is it 100%?
Yeah.
So what's the number underneath it, Bonnie?
Where are you looking? I don't see
I'm
43%.
looking at
Are you looking at the summary or the detail?
the details.
Oh. That's overall budget, grand total,
Oh,
both
okay.
the general fund and the county and the nursing home together.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Any further questions, gentlemen? No?
No, not until I look at this now.
Melissa?
Can I ask a question? The capital items that we're going to be able to cover in the 2023 budget versus putting them in 2024, are any of those items, do they meet the threshold for having to go out to bid, or are we okay with that?
I can't answer that question. I think each department is going to have to address that.
Okay, thank you.
I have two questions. Bonnie, thank you very much for what you do. I think you do a great job in putting this all together. I'm sure it's a pain. You said you had unexpected funds that received. Could you explain what those unexpected funds are?
Basically two items. I mean, there were little things, but ProShare came in higher than what we expected or budgeted. And there was abandoned property at the state.
So total wise dollar figure, it wasn't a large?
About $2.6 million.
Okay, so that's considerable. Okay, and then also you talked about education for LNAs, M&As, and you're setting up a fund. Is that something that's going to be done in-house at the nursing home?
I don't think I said we're setting up a fund. It's an increase in the education budget line within the nursing department. And it's a request from the nursing home to increase benefits as it relates to education.
Yeah, but I mean, would an outside source be doing that? Because I believe that when they had the survey over there and had the fine, there's a 2-year minimum for, on that staff development for LNAs and M&As. I don't believe that they can do that in-house now for 2 years.
Do you want to talk about that?
Fred is correct.
Okay.
Fred is correct. We can't do anything in-house in that building. We'd have to do any training over here, but that you wouldn't be able to do any hands-on training until our 2 years expires.
And
So for now, it would be outside.
Right, and my understanding of that line item is that it is outside. It's actually taking a course at an accredited educational institution.
Well, I know in the past, the former ADON used to do those courses in the nursing home, and that's one of the reasons I've asked if that would be outside agency to, the higher, so that's an additional cost when it used to be under the last title on it. And I don't know if the new title for the Director of Quality, that has some education in it, also if that was part of that, position that's being created now. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Ed?
Thank you, Madam Chair. What was the reason why there can't be training in the other building?
For the infection control complaint that we had back in the springtime, and we got that fine. That fine came with a 2-year or 2 survey cycle prohibition on doing any training in-house.
And that's a federal
Yes.
requirement that's attached to the violation?
Yes.
Thank you.
And Bob, could you verify for me how many classes were given in-house before that? Do you have any idea?
Well,
I was
no, not
thinking-
offhand. COVID put a damper on everything, so we haven't done any classes for a few years. But before that, Patty was doing LNA classes, LNA and MNA classes. And we'd like to bring that education back as much as possible.
I do have one other item. Whoops. Do you want to talk to?
Go ahead.
Madam Chair, Dallas Emery. I have a question about the fine, and I thought that was a state fine. How was a federal regulation taking over a state fine? Because the state's the one who fined us, right?
Yes.
The
I don't
state,
believe in the fine. We shouldn't have gotten it, but we should ask for our money back.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Well, they shouldn't have fined us.
I know.
But how is a federal regulation governing a state fine?
the Center for Medicaid Services, the federal agency that we're governed under, does surveys every single nursing home, hospital, assisted living facility in the country. It's the states that manage it.
Okay.
It's the state Department of Health and Human Services in New Hampshire is the one that manages those surveys for the feds. And they're under the guidance of the feds.
Okay. I'm still not exactly sure how, if the money went to the state.
They're essentially, I can't tell you who it went to, whether it went to the state or the feds. I don't know that answer. Regardless, we had to pay a fine. But it's the DHHS manages the CMS surveys for the feds.
Sounds a little convoluted to me.
It's government.
Okay, I'm not exactly sure whether that answered my question or not, but something's not making sense about any of that. We should be allowed to train people in this building, regardless of what the federal government says. Sorry, that's all I have to say about it.
Okay, what else do we have? What else, Bonnie?
Madam Chair. Can I have a report on the next audit that's due?
Sure.
Thank you.
I reached out to the auditors, let's see, probably 2 weeks ago now and said, where's our 22 audit? And I was told that I should have drafts within 2 weeks. So I have not seen them yet, but I am hoping to see them very soon.
Good, thank you.
Yep. And then I do have one other
Yep,
thing.
go ahead.
So, and you may need to interject here, Melissa, but we have a budget schedule. So next Thursday and the following Thursday, if you wish to have anyone come in and speak to you, or if you have questions regarding the budget, that's what is on the schedule.
What's the dates for the next two
The
Thursdays?
2nd and the 9th. I mean, based on this conversation and questions you may have, I'm thinking we won't need all of that time. And I'm hoping that we can move up the mailing of the budget to mid-November. Because I am going to be gone and I really would like to present this to the delegation.
There's a couple of things at play. The delegation only wants to meet one more time. The chair of the delegation only wants to meet one more time before the end of the year. The December 18th, I don't have my schedule in front of me.
Yep,
Is
I've
it
got
the
it.
18th that they're?
It was snow day on the 19th.
Right, okay, so that aligns with Siemens having the annex proposal ready for the commissioners' vote on the 14th of December, and then the delegation could have it. If we want to get the proposed budget within the timeline prescribed through the RSAs, and we want to get the Siemens proposal in front of the delegation before the end of the year, the two have to line up together, and that's partially why those
Is it
dates are.
possible to see if Siemens can move up there? Or-
I can.
I doubt they'd be able to, but I don't, I'm probably gonna get blasted for this, but I mean, if we want to do a separate meeting for the delegation for the annex, then I don't see why it has to interfere with just because they only want to meet one more time.
I just
I'm
feel
trying to
that
be
it's
nice about
important.
this.
No,
I just feel that it's important that I present the
Yes.
budget with all the changes and how we
Yeah, I
approached
think
it
you
this
should.
year, and, the good news with all of the analysis that was done proactively, and arriving to keep the taxes at a minimum. So I just would like to do that, and I'm out of the country from the 16th till the end of December, so that's why I was hoping.
So what date would you like to be able to present the budget to the delegation?
I could do it on the 15th, I think.
December?
Or whatever that Thursday is before the 16th, probably the 14th. I think the 16th is a Saturday, I think.
Of November or December?
December.
Oh,
December, yeah.
I mean, it only, according to the schedule, we need what? We have to mail out to the towns and the delegation prior to December 1st, so we would meet that. And then no earlier than 5 days or later than 20 days after the mailing. So if we mailed it by November 15th, we could do it the first week of December, or,
We
work
won't
out from there.
have, we won't, sorry to interrupt, we won't have the Siemens proposal until the 14th of December. So, of course, we can ask them if we can get it a week early, obviously. Happy to do that. I guess it would depend if the commissioners are comfortable having the Siemens proposal in front of them in the morning of the 14th and voting and approving it for it to go to the delegation that afternoon.
What was the original target for Siemens? To have it ready for us?
The final proposal, it's December 14th, it's been that for a few
Yeah.
months.
Okay, right, that's what I
Yeah.
thought, right.
Yeah, we should have budget numbers the first week of November, final numbers the first week of December, and then a written package the 14th with all the plans and the scope, and that's the way they explained it on one of the weekly meetings that Commissioner McCarthy was at.
So I personally don't see the big deal on the delegation having to meet twice.
Right.
I mean,
Would be the plan.
really, if they're interested, I know I'm going to get
The
slammed.
chairman of the delegation said that he has one more meeting in the budget and only wants to meet one more time. Perhaps a call from the chair of the commissioners to the chair of the delegation, we could get them to meet twice.
Yeah, I'll put that on my agenda.
Okay.
I will call him.
And obviously Siemens would like to have the project ready to go before the holidays, so January start,
Yep. if we-
we're off and running.
We're off.
And then we have 9 months to spend a significant amount. So hopefully we'll get all the approvals before the holidays.
Okay. And Bonnie, you have to be here to present the budget to the delegation.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I mean, I'm
And
not
I-
telling you have to.
Oh,
you have-
yeah, I really, it
I
would
want
be,
you to
I
do
think
that.
it would be extremely
Absolutely.
appropriate for me to present it to
Yeah,
the delegation. I didn't get to
Yeah.
last year, and I really
Yeah.
think it's important because
Absolutely.
I think this is gonna minimize their requirement for multiple meetings as well.
And eliminate a lot of the back and forth.
Yes.
You'll be able to answer the questions.
Yes.
So when
As
is
a
their
yes.
meeting scheduled for now?
Right now it's the 18th with the 19th as a snow date.
18th of December.
Yep.
Okay.
And I have encouraged them to watch this meeting, either be here for the Zoom, I didn't see anyone on the Zoom, or watch the film afterwards, read the minutes. Obviously, the packet that you have today will be part of the meeting minutes. So I'm trying to get them involved as much as possible ahead of time. So,
And I do believe too that an email was sent out to all the delegation members telling them that we had the applications for all the appropriations, and that they were welcome to come look at them or
Yeah.
get them.
Yeah.
So that offer's been out to them for a good 6 weeks or so,
yeah,
at least a month.
Yeah.
Yep.
So,
I tried to,
I think we've only gotten one email
yes,
from the delegation.
yep.
yeah. So I'll call Siemens
Yeah.
after this meeting, we'll see if that budges at all, and then
I'll call
go
you.
from there.
Okay. Great.
Okay.
Bonnie, you have anything else for us?
I do not. I think that's it.
You have, how much longer do you have with us? You have another whole year, right?
Yep,
I thought we started pretty much the same time.
yep. Yep, it was a 3-year contract, and it expires next September 30th.
Okay.
What? Okay.
No, okay. That's what I thought. I was asked a question today, and I said, no, I think she has another whole year.
Yes.
Yes, I do. I do.
Well,
Great.
thank you for everything you do.
Thank you.
Good.
You're very welcome.
Okay, I don't think we,
Bob has a question.
pardon?
Bob has a question.
Oh, I'm sorry, Bob.
Yes, Bob.
Can I bring something forward, briefly, take about 2 minutes, hopefully?
You may.
Thank you.
Does that have anything to do with me?
No.
Okay.
The shed, we already talked about the shed.
Oh, never mind.
What?
Did you have questions about the shed? Bob's here now.
Oh, no, we were just gonna, no questions. But we want to, we're just
Well,
going
my
to,
only question is it big enough? I mean,
12 by 8.
Yeah, that's, for what we need, absolutely.
and then we will worry about where it's
We're
going.
we're gonna fit a snow blower in it and a bunch of tools.
We're gonna get stuff out of the boiler room. I explained to them that it shouldn't be
Yeah.
stored in there.
Yeah.
so,
And
yeah.
we're gonna find a place to put it where it's not really.
I was gonna put it in the back, where the air conditioning unit is.
Oh, up
The back,
against
the
the
back, the back boiler room sidewalk.
Ooh,
I know.
where that is.
I'll show you.
I think they prefer off the edge of the parking lot.
All right, well, site yet to be determined.
Okay, good.
Thank you,
Okay.
Yep.
that's all.
Okay, oh, thank you for
Thank you.
remembering.
Well, we didn't vote on it yet, we were holding it off, we wanted to, check out a couple of other prices somewhere,
Okay,
but we'll have an answer for you this week.
all right,
Okay,
thank you.
you're welcome.
I'll have some time off the next few days, so enjoy yourself, sir.
Thank you, I'll be back Tuesday.
Okay.
Thank you.
Hi, Bob, thank you. Okay, what else do we have?
Doesn't look like much.
Anything else for public?
Don't have anything else for public. The HR director would like a brief non-public.
Yep, yep.
Under A or?
A, definitely, and probably C. Yep.
You have
Is
a
this-
question from Fred.
Yeah, hold on, Fred, I have a question myself.
Yes,
Okay,
One second.
Okay.
go ahead, Fred. What would we do
Okay.
without you?
well, no, Ed asked about, contracts, and earlier on, you said a year, and Bonnie said she's gonna be finishing up a 3-year contract. Why is the nursing home union have a yearly contract? Why wouldn't we have a multi-year?
We did that because we have 3 unions, and so we're trying to have 1 negotiations a year. So to get everybody, on a 3-year, the nursing home had to do 2 a year.
They had 2 one-year contracts, and
Yeah.
now they'll be in the cycle.
Now, the next one will be a 3.
So they will cycle, will be
Right.
longer, basically, than a year
Yeah.
contract? So,
Yeah.
Okay, thank
That
you.
was the only reason for that.
You had a-
No, I was asking about this.
Oh, sorry. Yep,
So this is for last year's?
yes.
Okay. I thought we already, or was this a printed one?
Well, we were waiting for some help writing the commissioner's report, and then
Oh, okay.
it's
Okay,
done.
'cause I thought I already got one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Made it lilac this year, they offered that, just
Okay.
so we know it's a little different than years past.
Okay, so now I work on 23, right?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. And that'll be electronically available on the website,
Okay.
so I'm just waiting for the file.
How are we coming with Civic Club, with that, the
But the
website?
website, it's been slow.
Yeah, it
It's
is.
been slow. There's a lot of things that I don't feel I got sufficient training on how to do, but I'm not willing to ask you to pay extra. I just have to find the time to learn how to do a few things. Right now, the new website, there's pictures of town, there's pictures of Franconia Notch and Meredith. Well, those aren't in Carroll County. They just put them there as placeholders. That's one of the things I have to learn how to do, is like adjust the photo albums and
Oh,
stuff
okay.
behind the scenes, but
And
We,
They can't do that for us?
if we pay them extra.
Jeez, we're
And I'm
paying
being
them enough as
stubborn.
it is.
So, but maybe I'll find out what that extra is.
Yeah,
and we can
find out
just
what
be
that
done
extra
with it.
is.
Okay.
Okay,
So we need Linda.
yes. We need Linda, and would you like to
Make a motion to go into, all right, I'll make a motion to go into non-public under RS, I should know this by now, RSA 91-A:3, 2A and C.
I'll second that motion. Any roll call?
Yes.
Representative McGee,
Aye.
Nelson, aye. McCarthy,
Aye.
11:20.
Motion to
come out.
come out of non-public and seal the minutes.
I made that.
I'll make
You
that
made-
motion.
Okay, I second that motion.
Okay, all those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
And it is
12:39.
12:39. All right, I got a couple of checks to sign, so remember, Bill's sending you checks next week.
Starting next week.
Okey dokey.
We used to like rotate, we had a calendar, so like next week it'll be you and Chuck.
I don't mind doing it, but I don't have to do it, 'cause-
No, then the following week it would be like you and I, and then the following week it would be, that's how it would, so that everybody.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, so that's interesting, yeah.
I mean, that way
Obviously, I didn't know, I
nobody
would have
gets
been here easily.
stuck. No, it's fine. So, yeah, I just got these six to sign. So, yeah,
We got it
so
all
we'll start
back.
that rotation. We'll have a calendar set up and then we know who's,
Or we swap if we need to, or
yeah,
something
so
like
if
that.
we need to, yeah.
So you don't want me to sign?
Well,
You don't need
do.
me to sign?
No, it's because I already signed the manifest, so I don't know how we can.
Oh, that's right, I forgot about
Yeah.
that, King. Yeah.
So.
Let's see that.
So right now you're signing checks.
Yeah, I just got a few left.
How many trees do they kill here with papers?
I know. Kidding?
Well, if you'd rather bring your laptop, I don't have to print a packet for you. You can just read it off the, yeah, but people like paper.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what about electrons? They deserve some,
I don't know, I gotta go track down Bobby.
Until next week?
Yeah. Hopefully nothing will be going on.
Oh, you're going.
Oh, yeah, don't worry.
Oh, you're going out the
Good
door.
job.
I'll give you this,
Yeah.
Good job.
Okay.
because I don't remember the
Thanks.
days I was here, so that's not a problem.
Ed, they shut the lights off
See, Ed?
Hey, take care.
Don't let him talk about anything while I'm gone.
I know, this is,
All right. I don't know, today's date, what's today?
They talk about you.
26.
You can do that. Only if I'm not here.
Yeah.
Take that one for you? All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Let's take a picture of you signing a check.
Oh. You are? Hate this when you have so many paper clips, because you don't know how many checks there are.
I had a question, general question for you, Ed, about it.
What's up in Brookfield, Ed?
nothing new.
Chickens happy?
My personal collection,
Yeah.
yes, they're fine.
And your mom?
Good,
Yeah. How old is she now, Ed?
92.
Holy mackerel. Wow. You're
Holy
lucky to-
mackerel, I haven't heard that one in about 100 years. Holy mackerel.
Sorry, well, not showing my age. You're lucky to still have her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any more on that shooting over in Maine?
You mean the guy that was on the loose? I don't know if they caught him yet or.
I haven't heard anything. I listened to it on my way down, but, wow, that's,
I will be after guns rather than the person who was using it.
yeah. Yeah. But that's, holy mackerel, that's a lot of people. Yep, well, and we'll be after the military, and it was his company, that sent him over for mental observation for 2 weeks.
I do not know the background.
Oh, yeah, this summer, he was in,
Yeah, some kind of,
mental thing for 2 weeks, and they put him back on let him come back. I mean, that's kind of iffy.
yeah.
I'm sure there's gonna be a lot said about that.
It's hard to judge the circumstances and the issue when you don't have all the information
Yeah.
about it.
Is it kind of, do you know if he was married, had a family or
I
anything?
don't know, I haven't heard anything like
Are you
that.
done with your signing?
Yes,
Are you adjourning now?
yes, didn't we adjourn?
You're still in
Oh,
quorum working.
we adjourned.
12:44.
I'm sorry, Ed.